Hello and welcome to La Rosa Reads. I'm Denise La Rosa, and today I am taking you all along with me to the bookstore completely booked. Let's do this. Hello, book lovers! It is Denise La Rosa coming to you from La Rosa Reads. I am here at my favorite indie bookstore in the Pittsburgh area. It is completely booked. So I'm going to do some shopping. It is super windy out, but the sun is trying to shine, giving me all the vibes for a great shopping experience at Completely Booked. So I'm going to peruse the bookstore, and I'm going to select a handful of books, and I'm going to read little bits from each book to decide which book I'm going to purchase. I cannot wait to show you this incredible independent bookstore. It is my favorite place to shop, so let's do this. I love everything about the bookstore Completely Booked. First of all, I am a firm believer in supporting local bookstores. Independent bookstores are really near and dear to my heart. I love small businesses. I love supporting small businesses, and Completely Booked is just lovely. Those of you who are regulars at La Rosa Reads oftentimes hear me talking about my friend Katie. Well, Katie's mom, Cam, is the owner of Completely Booked. She is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman that I love dearly, both personally and from one book lover to another. We really vibe.
Because I like this book a lot, and I haven't had many sales of it, and it just came out in paperback, so I have it on the 40% off. But it was
I read that.
Oh,
I got it from you.
Did you? I loved
it. It was good.
Yeah, and it just came out in paper.
I talked about it.
This was another one that I wanted to read. I haven't gotten to it yet. Have you read it?
I have not, but everybody talks about it. And
they do, yeah.
I don't know.
It has a weird premise.
It does.
It's like a 13th century nun or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one by Caitlin.
Yeah, that was her first one.
Oh. The experience that I get whenever I visit Completely Booked is so warm, welcoming, friendly, and just a wonderful moment and opportunity to get recommendations from the staff at Completely Booked. During my visit, Cam was there and just ready to give me recommendations. She knows me as a book reader and book lover. She kind of knows what I'm into. She also knows what will stretch me as a reader. So she was ready. Whenever I came through, she was ready to give me some recommendations, and I definitely took a lot of those to heart. All right, so I have about 5 books that I just really thought would be of interest to me and just kind of popped out at me. Cam is amazing at Completely Booked. She gave me some wonderful recommendations. This is just like round 1 because I take a long time to shop for books. So I have a classic that I have never read before, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume. I love this edition. This is fantastic. I've never seen an edition of this book that looks like this. Next, I got Bitter. I've been seeing this a lot on Bookstagram, and I'm very curious about it, so I thought I'd give it a try. This is another book that I am super excited to read that's been on my TBR for some time. Finlay Donovan is killing it. I just smile when I think about this. I think it's going to be comedic and intriguing and entertaining. Next, I got The Kindest Lie. Cam was telling me about the synopsis of this book, and it was on my TBR, but hearing her explain it and give her take on it really grabbed me. And this is one that I knew nothing about, but Cam shared with me that it was really, really good. It's Beast of a Little Land. I am trying to stretch myself and read books that cover topics and storylines that take place outside of the U.S. And this from what I've heard, is one of those kinds of books. So I'm looking here. Yeah. In 1917, deep in the snowy mountains of occupied Korea, an impoverished local hunter on the brink of starvation saves a young Japanese officer from an attacking tiger. In an instant, their fates are connected, and from this encounter unfolds a saga that spans half a century. I am a huge mood reader. I also am a very slow, intentional shopper when it comes to shopping for books. So it takes me quite a while. I will spend a long time at a bookstore to get just the right book or books. I don't know if I ever walk away with just one book. So I know that today will be no different. All right, so I have read the first several paragraphs of each of these books. The first one that I read was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, and it grabbed me from the very first word. It opens up with a prayer from Margaret, and there's a lot happening already. It's a coming of age story, and it's one that I know that I'll pass along to my daughter, so this is definitely a yes. Put that there. This one, while it's good, it was a little too heavy for me for the mood that I'm in right now. It grapples with a lot of things that are emotionally heavy for me and connected to my work as Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And although that's like great and a part of who I am, I'm looking for a little bit of an escape right now. So this is a not right now, but maybe later. Oh my lordy, I knew this was going to be good. I'm looking for an escape. I'm looking for comedy. I'm looking for entertainment. I'm looking for fun characters. And just from the minute I started reading this book, I could tell that this book was going to deliver on all of that. How about this first sentence? For me as a mom, I just was like cracking up. So it says, it's a widely known fact that most moms are ready to kill someone by 8:30 a.m. on any given morning. On the particular morning of Tuesday, October 8th, I was ready by 7:45. This is a yes. This one is really emotional and gripping. There's this lie that's kind of like the elephant in the room. It's talking a lot about that, and so you don't know what the lie is. It's set in modern times, like or recent times, and I think I'm going to love it. I'm just not quite sure yet if I'm in the mood for it right now. I definitely have it on my TBR and will check it out at some point. Just not sure that today's the day. And this one is so out of the norm for me. And it's set in 1917. It's set in Korea. It's in the wild. I never usually read books taking place out in nature. But I have a feeling that I should read this book. I want to stretch myself, and this book definitely would do that. It's starting a little slow for me, but reading the synopsis, it gives me some hope for what's to come. It says that these are unforgettable characters, and they're forging their own destinies as they wager their nation's destinies. It's immersive and elegant. It's a world where friends become enemies, enemies become saviors, heroes are persecuted, and beasts take many shapes. I'm on the fence with this one. I feel like I should get it, but it didn't quite grab me yet. I feel like what's going to grab me is like halfway through. So that was a wonderful visit at Completely Booked. It's always wonderful visiting there. And, you know, my girls, they always love spending my money. And of course, we ended up getting a lot of loveys. The little stuffed animals at Completely Booked are a huge hit in the La Rosa household. So I knew we weren't going to leave without snagging at least one of those. And it seems like we got quite a few. So I am on brand with the way that I shop for books. At the last minute, literally when I'm at the register, I always end up purchasing at least one more book. And one came to mind at the last minute that I knew I had to have in my life. And it is Tales from the Cafe. It is the sequel to Before the Coffee Gets Cold. As you guys know, I fell in love with the book Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It was a 5-star read for me, and I'm kind of having regrets that I checked that book out from the library. I want to own it now because now I own the sequel. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I loved the short stories, and I know this is going to be a great collection as well, and a wonderful sequel to a classic, an instant classic in my life. And finally, I also purchased 4 Aunties and a Wedding. This is a novel that I saw on Bookstagram just recently. I know nothing about the author. I've never read any other books by the author. It says here, national best-selling author of Dial A for Aunties. That's piquing my interest, but one book at a time. So yeah, this book looks super fun and funny and entertaining, and that's what I need in my life right now. It sounds like we have some wedding drama, some family and wedding drama, which is entertaining already just to think about the synopsis. It sounds really fun. We have the main character, Medi Chan, who is marrying her college sweetheart, and instead of having her aunties in the wedding, she's just inviting them as guests. Okay, well, I don't know how the aunties would feel about that, so I guess we'll find out. Let me know in the comments below what you think about, this vlog, if you would like to see more vlogs from me. Also, let me know, what is your favorite independent bookstore? I just love supporting our indie bookstores, and I want to hear from you about the ones you like. Maybe I'll go shopping with you. See you later, and happy reading. Bye.